Okay. Good evening, students. So there might be some students who is new to the class. So I just introduce about myself. My name is Shehan Ahamed, and I'm having a bachelor's in science degree from the University of Jaffna. Okay. So today I have sent you guys a PDF. Okay, PDF on the topic areas and solids. Okay, areas and solids. I hope you guys have this part, only this tutor I have sent you as a PDF form, right? Since this is the trial class, sort of discussing the lessons area, surface area, and volume. Okay, actually, it is a compulsory question. When it comes to the short questions, you will get a considerably 15 marks from the total paper. Okay, for this lesson called area, volume, and solids. Right now, we can see the starting is short questions. Okay, the question number one. While we are discussing the questions, I'll teach you the theories. Then and there, we can discuss the answers by understanding the theory and practically implementing it into the answers. Okay, right. So the short question number one. I hope everyone has the PDF. I've sent it to the group. Right. So let's start the question number one. Find the volume of the triangular prism in the figure using the given information. Right. Now, the diagram they have given a prism like this. Okay, it's a prism. Now, since this is a prism, okay, they are asking find the volume of the triangular prism. They have given some values here: 7 meters, 5 centimeters, and 6 centimeters. Right. Now, when we are talking about prisms, okay, there's a general equation that you normally use for any type of a solid. Okay, so the equation of volume is area of a cross section, multiplied by the perpendicular height. Right, you can put it as height, no problem. Remember, it should be perpendicular height. Right. So what is area of cross section meaning? Right. See, this is a prism. Okay. Since this is a prism, you think you cut this prism into pieces. You take a knife, okay, and you cut this prism. Okay. When you cut this prism, what happens? What is the shape that you are getting when you are cutting a prism? It's a triangle, right? It's a triangle. So since it's a triangle, the area of cross section is the area of the triangle. So the area of cross section means the area of the triangle according to this question. Okay. Now another general example I'll tell you. Take the figure, a cylinder. A cylinder is there. You keep on cutting like this. If you cut this, the area of cross section, the piece that you are getting is a circle, right? Since this is a circle area is the cross section of this circle figure. Okay. Depending on question to question, the area of cross section changes. Now, according to this question, the area of cross section is this triangle. Okay, right. Now, what is the area of a triangle equation? What is the area of triangle equation? Right. Now, look here. Okay, this is the triangle. Okay, A, B, C. I take this triangle. Okay, it's not to be seen. I'll tilt the screen a bit. Okay. Right. Now, think this is the triangle. Okay. Now, this is called as the base. This is called as the base. Okay. And this is the height. So, according to this section, the area of triangle is half into base into height. Half into base into height. right? Okay. Now I'll take a value for base as 6 centimeters, and for height I'll take it as 9 centimeters. If they are asking us to find the area, okay, if they are asking us to find the area of this figure, what you're gonna do, half the base value is 6. The base value is 6. And the height is 9 centimeters. Right? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. And then 3 times 9, the answer is 27 centimeters square. Okay. This is a general example that I gave you to find the area of triangle, right? Okay. I think most of you guys might have know the area of triangle equation. Now let's move on to the area of a cross section. Now the area of cross section of this is also a triangle. So half into the base here. Now this is the triangle Buddha. If this is the triangle, this is the base which is 5. And the perpendicular height, it is 6. It's 6 into and another height. What is that height? The height of the prism. That is what? 7 centimeters. That is 7 centimeters. Now see, 2 times 1, you can cut. 2 times 3, 6. Okay. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 7, you are gonna find by multiply. Right? Now check. Look at this board. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 105. So the final answer is 105 centimeters of area. Final answer that you get for this question. Okay. If you know the theorem of this part, it is very easy. You have to just substitute and get the answer. Okay. Normally, for one short question, you have to spend only 2 minutes. Remember, you have to only spend 2 minutes when doing questions. Right? You can have a note of this, and then you can move to the next question. These are very easy question, by the way.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you explain that thing again?
Harini, I have recorded this session. Okay, I will definitely upload this to the YouTube channel so that you can have a look. Okay. So
Okay,
it's
sir.
not here. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next question now. This is the theorem regarding the prism. Okay.
Sir, 1 minute still in right.
Okay. Write it down. Close it down. See.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's move on to the next part. Question number 2. The radius of a solid cylinder is 7 centimeters and its height is 2 centimeters. Taking 22/7 for the value of pi, find the area of its curved surface. Right. Now, if we take cylinder, now according to this question, it's a cylinder. Okay. Right. Now they're telling the radius of a solid cylinder is 7 centimeters. The radius is 7 centimeters and its height is 2 centimeters. Right. The height is 2 centimeters. Right. And that is to take 22/7 for the value of pi. Pi equal 22/7. Find the area of its curved surface. Right. Now, to do this question, before doing the question, now what is curved surface? Now take this tube. The tube, the shape of the tube is a rectangle, right? The shape of a tube is rectangle. Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna curve it. I'm gonna curve. When I curve it, this is a cylinder. You can see. Actually, the curved surface is a rectangle. The curved surface is a rectangle. The curved surface is a, sorry, not a rectangle. Yeah, the curved surface is a rectangle, which is a cylinder. Okay. Now this side is also a circle. This side is also a circle. If both of these sides are circle, this is a curved surface, which is a rectangle. Okay. This is a rectangle. Now, if I again curve this, this is a circle. Okay. This is a circle. Now to find the, if you find the area of a rectangle, okay, I mean the rectangle area. If you founded the area of the rectangle, it is equal to the area of the curved surface. Now actually, the length of the rectangle is the circumference of the circle. Okay, since this is a circle, the circumference of the circle is equal to the rectangle. Okay, so what you're gonna do? First, find the circumference of a circle. Circumference. Now to find the circumference, there's equation which is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. 2 into the pi value is 22/7 and the radius is given as 7 centimeters. Right? Now what you can do, 7 and 7 you can cancel. So 2 times 22, the answer is 44 centimeters. The answer is 44 centimeters, which is the circumference of the circle. Now, if you take the figure, the curved surface, then the shape which was curved, I'm gonna mark it as a rectangle now. Okay? The figure which was curved, I'm gonna mark it as a rectangle. Now, this part is the circumference, which is 44 centimeters. And you can see clearly, this part is same at this part, which is 2 centimeters. Okay, this is 2. It does not change. Only the circumference turns into an length. This height keeps unchanged. So, if you find the area of this curved surface, it's what? A length into breadth. Area of curved surface is equal to length multiplied by breadth. Because these are rectangle. Length is 44. Breadth is 2. 44 times 2, the answer is 88 centimeter square. Since this is the area, you have to mark it as 88 centimeters square. Right, okay. Any doubts in the question? Okay. Right. Brother, finish everything. Shall we move to the next question? Right. Let's move to the next part. Question number 3. Right. Question number 3. If the volume of a right circular cylinder of height 7 centimeter is 88 meter cube, find the base radius of the cylinder in meters. Okay. Right. Now, to do this question, you have to know the equation of volume of a cylinder. Equation of volume of a cylinder. Right. Now, this is the radius, okay, and this is the perpendicular height. If we are finding the volume of the cylinder, the equation is pi r squared h. Pi r squared h, right? And in the beginning, I told you the general equation for any figure, any solid is B equal area of cross section into height. Area of cross section into height. Right. If it's the area of cross section into height, if this is the cylinder, you cut this cylinder into pieces. When you keep on cutting this figure, the shape that you are getting is a circle. Since you are getting the shape circle, that is the area of cross section. Okay. Now, that is why area of cross section may circle area. The area of a circle is pi r square. And you have to multiply it by the perpendicular height, which is h. You have to understand this theorem when you are doing the question number 3. Right. Now, what are they telling is, if the volume of a right circular cylinder of height 7 centimeters is 88 meter cube. Right. Now, according to this question, I'll draw the cylinder again here. This is the theorem. Huh? Right. Now, let's go to the question. Now, this is height with this h. Okay. Now, they have given the height, which is 7 meters. And the volume of this cylinder, they have given clearly as 88 meter cube. Right. Find the base radius of the cylinder in meters. Right. Now, they are asking the radius. Okay. Now, we know the equation, which is pi r squared h. You are going to substitute the values. The value of B is 88 and the value of pi is 22/7, right? And r squared you don't know. They are asking the radius, which is r squared, okay? And height, which is 7 centimeters, which is given. Now you can see clearly this 7 and this 7 is cancelled. 88 is equal to 22 r squared. 22 r squared. After that, what I can do is I can divide by 22 both sides. I can divide by 22 both sides. 22 and 22 cancel. 88, if I divide by 22, the answer that you are getting is 4. Okay. 22 times 1 is 22. 22 times 4 is 88. Right. R squared is equal to 4. You get the square root. R is equal to 2 meters. This is what they are expecting in your question. This is the theorem, and this is the theorem that you are going to implement and do the question. Only a little simplification is there. You have to spend only 2 minutes per short question. Remember, this paper class is not just an ordinary class. You have to keep timing when doing questions, right? For the students that already existing in the class, I told to do these questions. Hope you guys have done. Okay, right. Okay, do it. By looking at the PDF or else the book, which I have already given to my physical students, you can see in 2016 there are 2 questions, and you can see in 2017 also there is 1 question. Okay, and in some years 2 questions. These are just short questions. Okay, so this is also this is a very good part that you can score marks. From this, there will be a essay type question also. Volume of solids and logarithms. These two gets interconnected when doing these types of questions. Okay. If you want to do the essay type question of this volume of solids area, you have to definitely do logarithms also. If you can't do logarithms, no point of doing this. The last part that you are getting is a simplification regarding logarithms. Okay. While writing, just listen. Okay. Hope this is done. Let's move to the next part. We are about to move to the question number 4. This is the 2018 O-level paper, right? Okay. Right. This is the figure. Now, in the question number 4, they're asking a composite figure consisting of a semicircle of radius 7 centimeters and a triangle is shown here. Find the area of the entire figure. Right. Now, this figure is a composite figure. Composite figure means what? There are 2 types of shapes which is interconnected. Now here, there's a semicircle and a triangle. A semicircle and a triangle is interconnected. Since it's interconnected, we call this as a composite figure. If it's just a circle, we call that just area of the shape. Because there are two shapes here, which is a triangle as well as a semicircle. We call this as a composite figure, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this as A, the A part, and this as the B part. Okay, this as the A part and this as the B part. I'm going to find the area of the A part separately. I'm going to find the area of the B part separately, and I'm going to add. Right. Now, let's find the area of the semicircle first. So actually the area of the equation is theta divided by 360 into pi r square. Pi r square. Actually this is a semicircle, right? Since this is a semicircle, the angle is 180. Half of a circle, a semicircle, meaning total angle in a circle is 360. Half of it is 180. So 180 divided by 360 into the pi value, which is 22/7. And the radius, it's clearly given, which is 7 centimeters. There are two sevens because r square of 7 times 7. So 7 and 7 cancel. 180 times 1 is 180. 180 times 2 is 360. Right. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 11 is 20. Right. So 11 times 7, the answer is 77 centimeters square. Right. 77 centimeters square. This is the area of the figure A only. Right. We are going to move to the area of the figure B, which is a triangle. In the beginning of the class, I discussed this, how to find the area of a triangle, which is half into base into height. Half into base into height. Right. Now half is there. What is the base here? Now look carefully. This is a radius which is 7 now. This is also 7. Why? This is the diameter of a circle. If this is 7, this is also 7. Okay. This is radius from radius and radius is equal to diameter. Radius plus radius equal to diameter. So this is the base of the triangle. Remember, it's not just 7. It's 7 plus 7, which is 14. And there's a height here, perpendicular height, which is 7 centimeters. We're gonna mention that too. Now here, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 7 is 14. The final answer is 7 times 7, it's 49 centimeters square. 49 centimeter square. Right. So when finding the area of the composite figure, you have to add these two. Area of A plus B. So 77 plus 49. 7 plus 9, you get 16. 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 4, it's 126. So the final answer is 126 centimeters square. Okay. This is the theorems that you have to use. First thing is area of a sector. Second theorem, area of a triangle, and then you have to just add the two values. Okay, you can write it down. Give you 2 minutes. Okay, let's move to the next part. We can go to the question number 5. Okay. A rectangular sheet of paper of area 800 centimeters square has been pasted such that it exactly covers the curved surface of a solid right circular cylinder of base radius 14 centimeters. Find the height of the cylinder. Now, what we are going to do here is they are telling a rectangular sheet of paper of area 800 centimeters square. A rectangular shape. Okay. A rectangular shape is there, it seems. The area of this rectangular shape, it's 800 centimeters square. It's 800 centimeters square. Okay. Since it's 800 centimeters square, this is used to paste a curved surface of a cylinder. In the beginning of a question, I think the question number 2, I told you the curved surface is a rectangle, right? A curved surface is a rectangle. Again, I'm telling you, this is a rectangle. Okay, I'm going to curve it. If I curve it, what is this coming? This is a cylinder. You can see this is a cylinder. Okay, this is a cylinder, but actually it's a rectangle. Curved surface is every type of a cylinder. It's a rectangle. Now, actually, this length, okay, this length is only curved into a circle. You can see here, it's a circle. So, actually, to find the length, if you find the circumference of the circle, it's enough. Okay. Now, actually, the circumference of the circle, it's 2 pi r. It's 2 pi r into height. Into height. This is the equation. Okay. Now area is equal to 2 pi r multiplied by h, because in a rectangle, to find the area, it's length multiplied by width. Length multiplied by width. It's 2 pi r into h. Now let's move on to the question here. Now you can see already they have given the area of the rectangle as 800. 800 is equal to 2 multiplied by the pi value, which is 22/7. Okay, 22/7. And the radius also they have given in the question, which is 14 centimeters, which is 14 centimeters multiplied by the height, which is h. Okay, 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 800 is equal to 2 times 2, the answer is 4. Now look carefully. What did I do? I multiplied 2 by this 2. It's not a problem. It's not a very much rule that you have to multiply 2 by 22. You can multiply 2 by this number. 2 times 2, 4. Okay. 4 times 22 into h. 4 times 22, the answer is 88. 800 equal 4 times 22, the answer is 88h. Let's divide by 88 both sides. Let's divide by 88 both sides. 88, 88 cancel. And you can simplify 800 and 88. Okay. Now 800 if you divide by 8, the answer is 100. 88 if you divide by 8, you get the answer 11. Okay. Now h is equal to 100 divided by 11. 100 divided by 11. Now look carefully. I'll do the long division for you guys to understand. 11 times 1 is 11, so you can't divide 10 by 11. So you have to go to all the three numbers, which is 11 times 9, which is 99. 100 minus 99, the answer is 1. Okay. And again, you put a dot here, you put a 0 here. Again, you can't do it. You put a 0 here. And again, you can bring another 0 down. From here, you can bring zeros, no multiple zeros after putting a decimal number. Right? In small days, you have learned. So 11 times 9 only again 99. You end up with 1 again. So you can write the final answer as 9.09 as the height of the question, which is they have given in the unit is 70 centimeters. Okay. Remember, in questions they might give you questions in centimeters. Sometimes they might give you in meters. So make sure you put the correct unit. So that also you will get marks. Sometimes you will lose marks if you didn't put the correct unit. Okay. Can I write it down? Okay. Let's move on to the next part now again. Section number 6. The base radius of solid right circular cylinder is 7 centimeters. Its height is 10 centimeters. Find the area of the curved surface of the cylinder. Now you can see, students, every time a cylinder question is definitely coming. Okay. So if you can revise the theorem related to cylinders, definitely you can secure 2 marks from your level exam. Now, they're asking the area of the curved surface. Again, it's a rectangle. This part is the circumference, which is 2 pi r, and then the height, which is h. They are clearly given the radius as 7. Radius is 7 centimeters. And height is given as 10 centimeters. They are asking the area of the curved surface. We know that the area of curved surface is curved surface area equation is 2 pi r h. 2 pi r h. 2 into the pi value is 22/7, the radius value which is 7. And the height you can clearly see it's 10. 7 and 7 you can cancel it off. 2 times 22 is 44. 44 times 10, the answer is 440 centimeters square. See how easy this simplification is. If you can remember this equation, that's all. Nothing else. Okay. Question number 6 is done. Let's move on to the next question. I'll give you just 1 minute. Write it soon. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Question number 7. In the parallelogram ABCD, okay, AB is equal to 20 centimeters and the area of the triangle BCD is 48 centimeters square. Find the length of AP. Right. Let's first draw the figure here. You want to draw the figure now. In the meantime, when I'm drawing the figure, you guys also can draw the figure to save time. ABCD. And this is P. Right. Now they are telling AB is equal to 12 centimeters. AB is equal to 12 centimeters. I'm going to mark it on the diagram 12 centimeters. Right. And then the area of the triangle BCD is equal to 48 centimeters square. Right. Area of BCD. Okay. Area of BCD is equal to 48 centimeters square. So it means this area, which I have shaded in blue color, it's equal to 48 centimeters square. Right? And then they're asking, find the length of AP. They are asking to find the length of AP. Okay. Now, to do this question, remember students, you have to know a theorem regarding pair of parallel lines. Okay. In the grade 11 part 1 book, the last lesson, in that lesson, there is a theorem. If two triangles are lying between the same pair of parallel lines and same base, then the two areas of the triangles are equal. Okay. Again, I'm telling, if we consider two triangles, this is one triangle ABC and BDC. You can see it clearly. Yeah? This triangle and this triangle, which I have shaded in blue. Okay. There's a theorem according to your syllabus. Okay. If the two triangles are lying between the same pair of parallel lines and same base, then the two areas of the triangles are equal. Okay. So what and how are you going to come and approach to this question is you are going to tell triangle ADC is equal to the area of triangle ADC is equal to area of triangle BCD. Right? The reason is it lies between the same pair of parallel lines, which is AB and DC. Lies between AB and DC. AB, DC. Parallel lines, to represent parallel, you have to put two lines. Okay. And same base. Now you can see here clearly, for this triangle also, this is the same base. For this triangle also, this is the same base. So you have to write same base too. You have to write same base too. What is the same base here? It's DC. Then I can tell that area of triangle ABC is equal to 48 centimeters square because area of BCD is already given in the question as 48. So area of triangle ABC is equal to 48 centimeters square. Okay. Right. Now, I know the equation of triangle. What is the area of equation of triangle? Half into base into height, perpendicular height. Okay, that is equal to 48. Right. Now see here, this is a parallelogram. Now they are telling now it's a parallelogram. Now in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. This side and this side, opposite sides are equal. If opposite sides are equal, AB is equal to BC. This is also 12. This is also 12 centimeters. Okay. Now half into base, which is BC, I'm going to write it as 12. And the height, which is AP, the AP should be a perpendicular height. Okay. AP should be a perpendicular height. I don't know that. So I put it as AP, which is equal to 48. 12 divided by 2, the answer is 6. 12 divided by 2, the answer is 6 AP, which is equal to 48. Okay. And then what you're going to do, divide by 6 both sides. 6 and 6 cancel. AP is equal to 48 divided by 6. What is 48 divided by 6? Anyone? Answer it. No one answering. 48 divided by 6.
8.
8. Answer is 8. So the answer is 8 centimeters. Simple as that. For this, you have to know the theorems related to parallelograms. And I told you in grade 11, the last part, last lesson, you have to know that theorem because from that theorem only I'm equaling these two areas. And from that, I end up with finding the area of the triangle and getting the final answers in centimeters. Okay, you can write it down. This is a very good question. This revises 3 lessons from your syllabus. 3 lessons. One thing is parallelograms. Next one is pair of parallel lines. And the third one is area triangles. Okay. While writing this, just listen, students. Now, what I am doing in this paper class is I am doing all the past papers from 2016 to 2025. Right. So this is the book that I normally give to the students, and this is the plan that I am doing until your O-level exams. Until it's December, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these questions so that you will be very confident when you are going to your O-level exam. Okay. It will not be a new exam for you because you have done all the new syllabus past papers, right? Now, this is the area and volume related questions. I'm going to do all those questions. And when we are moving to frequency distribution, I have classified the questions in this book according to that. We are going to do those questions also, right? So that you end up with 100% confidence when you are going to the exam day, right? So I think this plan works very well because when I was doing my O-levels also, those days there was no any classified past papers, right? So what did I do? I took my master guide book and I was like doing graph questions by looking one past paper, one past paper, one past paper. It destroys the time. Now, what does from this book is everything is classified one by one, one by one, one by one. If you are a motivated and enthusiastic student, actually you don't need a class also, paper class. You can do it alone if you have this book. Okay. But you have to have a discipline. Then only you can do it. What I am doing in this paper class is I'm helping the students who is weak or in a moderate level to go for a B pass or go for an A pass. Okay. Go for a B pass or else to go for an A pass. So what I want you guys is, okay, Now only 5 months are remaining for your O-levels. Okay, with 5 months will go like this in seconds. It will go right. At least starting from today, start doing past papers, not model questions, not something which is Olympiad questions. Now, I'm not telling you to do those things. I'm just telling you to do past papers. That's the only thing to pass your exam, get an A pass. You have to do past papers. The person who is making the paper even looks at the past papers and only they are creating new questions. They won't from Venus or from Mars, they are not gonna bring new questions and put into the exam paper. They are looking at the past papers and only they are putting it. So what I want you guys is do past papers. That is the most important part when getting marks for maths. You have to do past papers. Okay. Remember, that's number one. Practice the theory. Definitely do past papers. Okay. Okay. Let's move to the next part. Right. Question number 8. A right prism with a right triangular cross section is shown in the figure A. Select and underline the figure which is not the shape of a face of the prism. Right. So it's a very easy question. Science alawage puta MCQ reason nadiladu. It's a very easy question. You have to just cross what is not a shape. Actually, in a prism, okay, there is no shape of the Roman number 2 shape. Okay, there's no any shape in a prism of the Roman number 2 shape, which is a parallelogram. Now think like this. Now you can see now see, think like this. Now this is a prism. Okay, this is a prism. Okay, this is a prism, you can see. Now, if this is a prism, you can see this cute is a rectangle. This part is also a rectangle, no? Here, this is also a rectangle, this is also a rectangle. What they have done is, they have just placed it like this. So it's a prism. Okay. So there's no any shape like a parallelogram in the right prism. Okay. Right. So that is just Roman number 2. Simple. Let's move to the next one. Right. So question number 9. Question number 9. They are asking us a fill in the blanks type of question. Right. Fill in the blanks in the statements given below using suitable numbers. A right prism with a uniform triangular cross section has blank triangle faces and blank rectangular faces. Ayyo Buddha, similarly, very easy question. How many triangles are there in a triangular prism? It's just two, ne? In the front a triangle, in the back another triangle. And how many rectangles that you needed here? One in the bottom one in the left side, one in the right hand side. So altogether, 3 rectangles and 2 triangles. 2 triangles and 3 rectangular faces. Very simple question. Okay. If I draw it and I'll show you. Right. Here there are 2 triangles. One this side there's a rectangle, one in the other side, and one in the bottom. There are 3 rectangles and 2 triangles. Simple question. Right, 2021. Let's move on to the next part. Question number 10. That's also a very good question. I think by looking at that question, I can just tell, yeah, there's something related to trapezium also. Okay. This is B, this is C, this is B, this is A, this is E. Right. And there's a dotted line drawn here. This is 3 centimeters. Right. ABCD is a parallelogram. DC has been produced to E. Now this DC then has been produced up to E. Okay. Such that AC is parallel to BE. AC is parallel to BE. By looking at the diagram, you first draw the diagram, and in the question they tell you some data. Try to mark it on the question. Then only you can do the question. Remember? Right. Now, they have given AC is parallel to BE. If BE is equal to 6 centimeters, BE is equal to 6 centimeters, and DP, that's DP. Yeah, this is DP, which is 3 centimeters. Find the area of the trapezium ABED. Right. Now here, this is the trapezium area that they are asking. Okay. This is what they are asking. Right. Now how to tackle this question? Right. Now again, let's read the question. ABCD is a parallelogram. DC has been produced to E. Okay. Such that AC is parallel to BE. If BE is equal to 6 centimeters, okay, if BE is equal to 6 centimeters and DP is equal to 3 centimeters, find the area of the trapezium ABE. Right. Now here, again what you're going to do, they are clearly telling that ABCD is a parallelogram, right? ABCD is a parallelogram. It means this line side length is parallel to this side as well as equal. Remember, equal and parallel. Parallelograms are equal and parallel to each other. Next one, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Then actually, this is also parallel and equal. Remember, parallel and equal. Okay. Now, again, grade 11, the last lesson, part 1. There's a theorem. If there are 2 parallelograms lying between same pair of parallel lines and same base, then also it's a, if the parallelograms areas are equal. Right. Now again I'm telling, if there are 2 parallelograms lying between the same pair of parallel lines and same base, then the 2 areas of the 2 parallelograms are equal. Right. Now, so the first parallelogram is ABCD, which is given ABCD parallelogram. Okay. And what is the next parallelogram, students? That is ABEC here. ABEC. Yeah, this is also a parallelogram. This is also parallel. Why? This is parallel to this, and this is parallel to this part. This whole part is parallel to this part. So this parallelogram, the ABEC parallelogram and ABCD parallelogram, both are equal, right? ABCD parallelogram is equal to ABEC parallelogram. ABEC parallelogram, right? These two parallelograms are equal in area. The reason is same base and same pair. And same pair of parallel lines. Though the same base is AB, the same base is AB, and the same pair of parallel lines is AB and DC. AB and DC. Right. AB and DC. Right. Now you can see here, right? What is the area? Okay, now I'm asking you guys a question. Now this is 6 now, right? This is 6. And this is also 6. The reason is opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram. It's also 6, right? If this is 6, you can see, you can find the area of this triangle. You can find the area of this triangle because the perpendicular height 3 centimeters and the base is given as 6 centimeters. Right? Now I'm going to consider triangle ABC. I'm going to consider the triangle ABC. When I consider the triangle ABC, I can tell half into the base here is AC. The base here is AC. And the perpendicular height, which is DP. DP. Now we are going to solve this. AC, you know, it's 6 centimeters, half into 6. And DP, this length, you have given in the question 3 centimeters. 6 divided by 2, the answer is 3. 3 times 3, the final answer is 9 centimeters square. Okay. Right. This is the area of one part of the triangle. Right. Now, another theorem that you have to remember in parallelogram, students, area of a parallelogram is bisected by the diagonal. Area of the parallelogram is bisected by the diagonal. Now actually, now this is the parallelogram. AC is the diagonal. AC is the diagonal. If this is 9, this is also 9. If this is 9, this is also 9. If this is 9, this is also 9. Why? This is also a parallelogram. This is also parallelogram and BC is the diagonal of this parallelogram. ABEC. If this is 9, this is 9. If this is 9, this is 9. So the total area of the trapezium is 9, 9, 9. 9 plus 9 plus 9. What is the answer? Anyone? Anyone? No one? Right. 9 plus 9 plus 9. 27. 9, 18, 27. The final answer is 27 centimeter square. This is 9, this is 9, this is. So you tell the total final answer of trapezium. Area of trapezium is 9 plus 9 plus 9, which is 27 centimeters square. Okay. So these are the theorems that you have to keep in mind. What is the theorem that you are going to keep in mind? Why did I take this 999? Diagonals bisect the area of parallelogram. Bisect means what? Equal divided. Now think you are 60 kilos. I divide you equally. One side is 30, other side is 30. 30 and 30 only becomes 60. So diagonals bisect the area of the parallelogram equal. This is the most important theorem according to this question. Right? This is the theory points that the examiner might test in your exam also. Right. Okay, write it down. If you are done with the question, try the question number 17, the 2024-2025 O level question. Question number 17. Try that. It's a prism related question. It's a prism related question. I'll give you 5 minutes. Try. The question number 17. A prism question. Question number 17. By the way, the questions which I didn't do, you have to do that as a homework. So, Right. Let's move on to the next part. I gave you the picture number 17. Hope you have done that. It's an easy question. Right. The area of a triangular cross section of a right prism is 616 centimeters square. The volume of a right circular cylinder of the same height as the prism and base radius r is equal to the volume of the prism. Find the value of r in centimeters. Right. Now, what is happening here is the prism volume and what is the other figure, which is cylinder. The prism volume and the cylinder volume is equal, it seems, right? So when you are coming to this type of a question, draw a cylinder. Not a big deal now, you can draw a cylinder, okay? And then draw a prism. Then you will understand it properly, right? Okay. Now, they are telling the area of the triangular cross section of a right prism is 616 centimeters square. Now it means they are giving us the area of the cross section of the prism, which is 616 centimeters square. Right? The volume of a right circular cylinder of the same height in the sense, the height of the prism is equal to the height of the cylinder, it seems. The height of the prism is equal to height of the cylinder as prism and base radius r, okay, is equal to the volume of the prism. Find the value of r in centimeters. So what you're going to come to the conclusion is volume of cylinder should be equal to volume of prism, right? So volume of cylinder in the sense, you know the equation of volume of cylinder, which is pi r squared h, okay? And you know the volume of a prism, area of cross section into height. Now here the area of cross section is given, okay? Area of cross section is given here. Multiply by height. I told you several times when doing the session, when you take a solid, if you keep on cutting the solid, if you end up with a certain shape, now for an example, if you cut this prism like this using a knife, the shape that you are getting is a triangle. So it's the area of cross section. Okay. So pi r squared h area of cross section, which is a triangle, they are clearly given 616 multiplied by height, which is h. Okay, right. Now pi value, you know, it's 22/7 into r squared h is equal to 616 multiplied by h. Okay, this h and this h cancel. This h and this h cancel. Same, right? And next, what you can do, 22 r squared divide by 7 equals 616. Now, if there's equal signs, students, remember to get the value of r or any x or y, any algebraic term, if there's remember to use cross multiplication or else butterfly method. Butterfly. Some teachers tell that this is the butterfly method, like the wings of a butterfly. Right. So 22 r squared is equal to 7 times 616. 7 times 616. And next, what you are going to do? Divide by 22 both sides. 22 cancel. Right? 22 cancel. And 616 and 22, what you can do is divide by 2. 22 you can divide by 2, you end up with 11. 616, if you divide by 2, you end up with 308. Okay, 308. And again, 11 times 1 is 11. Let's find 11 times how much is 308. 308, I'm going to divide by 11. So some students are there, they don't understand how to simplify this by cutting, because this is a big fraction, big number. So I will do this in the long division. In the meantime, while you are joining the class, you understand how to simplify in a one go rather than going to long division, which takes much more time. Okay, right. Now here, 11 times 2 is 22. So 30 minus 22, the answer is 8. You bring this 8 down, which is 88. 11 times how much, students? 88. 11 times, anyone?
8.
Good. 11 times 8. 11 times 8 is 88. So the final answer is 28. You end up with 28 as the answer. Very good. Okay. R squared is equal to 7 times 28. 7 times 28. Right. Yeah. So it's 28. What you can do is you can simplify this by putting a cross, by putting a square root. R square and the square root cancels off, and you end up with R. Here you can see 7 times 28. Look carefully, students, what I'm doing here. Okay. 7 times. Okay. Now see, 28 means 7 times 4 is 28. Okay. 7 times 28 can be written as 7 times 4. These are shreds type of a question. Now see, 7 times 4. I'm going to write it here because you can see it. R equal, see what I'm going to do here. 7 times 7, I'm writing it as 7 square multiplied by 4. Right? R equal. Now what I'm going to do, this square root is entirely belonging to 7 square and 4 both. Right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to break that into two parts. 7 squared into 4. Square root 4. What is 7 square root? Square and the square root cancels off and you end up with 7. Surds. Okay, this is surds, which is in grade 10 second lesson. And root 4, the answer is 2. 7 times 2, the answer is 14 centimeters. This is the question that they are expecting and how you are going to answer this question. So what did I do first? I drew the two diagrams. If I didn't drew this diagram, I will never get this equation and I will never answer this question. If you draw this diagram only, you can understand the question. So make sure, students, when you are doing maths questions, be it geometry, be it area, be it volume related, be it midpoint theorem, be it congruency of triangles, be it triangles, anything, draw the figure, fractions, any figure, any type of fraction. If you can graphically draw it, okay, draw it and try to understand the fraction. Okay, okay, you can write it down. So the answer is 14 centimeters. You're done with that question. Try question number 20, 2025, 2026. All level question. Question number 20. Question number 20. This is a good question. Search-related theories also have been tested in this question. Okay. Well, exam, you can see if there's a lesson called area and solids, it's not just area and solids that they are asking. They are asking questions regarding area. Now, according to this, you have to understand sets, which is very important. If you understand only, you can get the final answer, which is 40. What happens on it? If you just understand the lesson area, you end up with simplifying up to here. After that, you don't know what to do because you don't know the root questions, right? So remember, everything is connected with each other. Right. Question number 20. Yeah, we're gonna move to the question number 20. Right. The height of a right circular cylinder is twice its base radius and its volume is 2156 centimeter cube. Find the base radius of this cylinder. Right now, this is a question regarding to cylinder. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw a cylinder. Okay. If it's a question related to prism, draw a prism. If it's a question related to a cone, draw a cone. Okay. Right. You think, okay, my God, time is spending, I need to save time. I can't keep on drawing figures, I will just put the equation, solve the question. No. If you draw the figure only, you will understand the question. Or else you have to keep on reading. 10 minutes gone for one question until you understand the question. If you draw the figure in one go, you'll understand the question. Trust me and do those questions. Do the drawing part first. Okay. Trust me, your life will be easier when it comes to solving maths questions. Right. Now, let's go to the question. The height of a right circular cylinder is twice its base radius. It means if the radius is r, okay, the height is twice of the radius. It means what? It's 2r. It's 2r. Okay, right. And then they're telling, and its volume is 2156 centimeter cube. Find the base radius of this cylinder, right? So we know the equation to find the volume of a cylinder is equal to pi r squared h. Pi r squared h. Right. So the volume equation is pi r squared h. You know the volume, which is 2156, which is equal to pi value, which is 22 divided by 7. Okay. R squared, R, you don't know the value, but for h, it is given as 2r. It's 2. Right. 2156 is equal to 22. You are going to multiply by 2. 22 multiplied by 2 is equal to 44r to the power 3. How did r to the power 3 come? R to the power 2 is here, r to the power 1 is here, r to the power 2 and r to the power 1. What happens regarding indices? If the bases are equal, the two powers gets added. 2 plus 1, 3. Divide by 7. Okay. Cross multiply. Every time equal sign, cross multiply. So 44r to the power 3 equal 2156 multiplied by 7. Multiplied by 7. Divide by 44. Divide by 45. 44 cancel. 44 cancel. And 2156 divided by 44, right? Now let's divide by 2 first. 44 divided by 2, the answer is simple, 22. Okay. 2156, let's divide by 2. Now and do the long division. Look carefully. There might be students who can't get this in one go. So 2 times 1, 2 2 minus 2, 0. 1 comes down here. You can't solve 0. Again 5, 15. 2 times 7, 14. Closest number. 15 minus 14, 1. Bring 16 down here. 2 times 8, 16. The final answer is 1078. 1078. Okay. Again, 1078, you are going to multiply by 7 and divide by 22. Okay. Again, 22 can be divided by 2. The answer is 11. Again, 1078 can be divided by 2. Let's divide by 2. 2 times 5, 10. 0. Bring the 7 down. 2 times 3, 6. 7. You end up with 539. 539. Right. 539 multiplied by 7. Right. Now 539 I can divide by 11. Look carefully. 11 times the closest number to 53 is 11 times 4, which is 44. Why? If 11 times 5, if you put it's 55 greater than 53. You can't divide. So 11 times 4, 44. 53 minus 44, it's 9. You end up with 99. 99 is what? 11 times 9. Simple. So the answer is 49. So r to the power 3 is equal to 49 times 7. Right? Now here r to the power 3 is here, not square. If square, you can put square root and get the answer, but this is a cube. R to the power 3. So what you are going to do? R to the power 3 equals 49. What is 49? 49 is 7 times 7, right? 7 times 7 times 7. How many sevens are there altogether? 3 sevens. If there are 3 sevens, you can write R to the power 3 equal 7 to the power 3. R to the power 3 is equal to 7 to the power 3 because there are 3 sevens here. 7 to the power 3. So since the two powers are equal, I can tell the two bases are equal, which is R equal 7 centimeters, students. Okay. R is equal to 7 centimeters. Good question. Now you can see when it comes to 2024, 2025 questions, there are lots of third related questions, square root related question, indices related question. So most probably for your level exam also, there might be a question regarding volume of solids and indices related question. So make sure practice these questions and go to your exam. Okay, right. Can I write it down? Okay, right. Uh, Last week class, I told that I will be doing some triangles related questions, right? Uh, so students that is already the existing students, I thought of doing that in the next week. I discussed this lesson, which is volume of solids. In the next class, we will be discussing the triangles related questions, rest of the part. Okay, so don't be scared. I will definitely cover that part. In the next class, right? Okay. Try the question 14. Try the question 14, which is the 2022 O-level question. Question number 14. 2022 O-level paper. 2022 O-level paper. Question number 14. In 2 minutes, let's start discussing the question number 14. If anyone had done the correction, just drop me a message, the answer. Yeah, done the answer. Or else, if you can tell the answer, so unmute your microphone. You can answer, tell me the answer if you have got the answer for the question number 14. Right. Let's start the discussion. Question number 14. The heights of two right circular cylinders are equal. Right? The heights of two circular cylinders are equal. So they're telling the heights of the two right circular cylinders are equal, which is h. So this also I'm taking h. And then they're telling the base radius of the smaller of these cylinders is 10 centimeters. The base radius of the smaller of these. Now, out of these two cylinders, there might be a cylinder which is small. So the smaller cylinder's radius is 10 centimeters. So here out of this, the smaller cylinder is this, which is, I'm going to mark it as 10 centimeters. The volume of the larger cylinder is 4 times the volume of the smaller cylinder. So if this is Vs, I'm marking it as the volume of the smaller cylinder as Vs. The volume of the Vs is equal to 4 times of Vs when it comes to the larger volume Vn. Vn is equal to 4 times of the smaller cylinder. Right? The volume of the large cylinder is 4 times the volume of the smaller cylinder. Find the base radius of the larger cylinder. They are asking the base radius of the large cylinder. Right. Now what I'm going to do here is, okay, I'm going to generate an equation V large equal 4 times of V small. And I know the volume of a cylinder equation, which is pi r squared h, pi r squared h equal 4 times pi r squared. Here r squared, the radius is small, so I'm marking it as s. Because this radius and this radius is never equal. You can see this cylinder is big and this cylinder is small, but the heights are same. Into h. Right. What I can do here is, look carefully students, this pi and this pi, I can cancel it off. This pi and this pi, I can cancel it off. And after that, r squared h is equal to 4 r squared s into h. You can see here clearly, I can cut this h as well as this h. Okay. And then you end up with r squared equals 4 times. You know the radius of the smallest cylinder, which is 10. So 10 square. 10 square. Why? 10, that's a square again. R squared is equal to 4 times 10 square. So since there's a square here, take the square root. Okay. Square and the square root cancels. R is equal to square root 4 multiplied by square root 10 square. Square root 10 square. Root 4. What is the answer of root 4? Anyone? Root 4 answer? No one? Root 4 answer is 2. 2 multiplied by 10 square root cancel off, you end up with 10. So the final answer is 20 centimeters. So this is the answer. The radius of this large cylinder is 20 centimeters according to this friction weight. This is an easy question. You have to just generate this logic. If you can understand and generate this logic, it's a matter of simplification. This is the 2022 O level friction. Yeah. Right. Now let's try the question number 20 and 21. It's not just a writing question. You have to just tell it from understand. No need of doing calculations, nothing. Right? So by reading, you have to understand it and tell the answer. Right. Now here, the question number 20. Uh, sorry, the 19th. Huh? We did the 20th question number 19. From the shapes given below, select and underline the one that cannot be shape of a face of a right prism with a triangular cross section. So this type of question we did it previously also. First one. Now to become a right prism, can a square come? Can a square come for a triangular prism? Can it happen? Can this type of a thing happen? This type of a thing can happen. Even though it's a rectangle, even though it's a square, we can form like this, right? You can make a shape like this, even though it's a rectangle, or even though it's a square, you can make a shape like this. Okay. මේ වගේ shape එකක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන් square එකක්වත් rectangle. So to become a prism, it's not a definite shape which is a rectangle can come. A square also can come. I don't have a square shaped figure, right? If I had a square shaped figure, I would have shown that. Now even a square shaped figure also can make a prism. Okay. So Roman number 1, the square, you can make a prism. But question number 2, they are telling rhombus. By a rhombus, you can't make a prism because it's tilted. It's tilted. Like this, it's tilted. If it's tilted like this, you can't ever create a prism. Okay, you can never create a prism if the shape is tilted. It's tilted like this. It's tilted. So you can't draw a prism out of that. And next one, they have given rectangle. Obviously, from a rectangle, you can create a prism. Okay. So the wrong answer here is the second one. Okay. Question number 21. The last question, it means last year paper question. Okay. Last year paper question. It means the results which came last month, those guys wrote papers. Question is that. Question number 21. Underline the correct statement from among the statements given below regarding three rectangular faces of a right prism with an equilateral triangle cross section. Right. Now, in this case, it's an equilateral triangle cross section. If it's an equilateral triangle cross section, what happens is, look carefully now, right? Now, this is a triangular prism with equilateral cross section. Now it means all the three sides are equal. Okay. All the three sides are equal in equilateral triangle. Right. This one should be joined with this. This one should be joined with this. And this one should be joined with this. Right? Now, they're telling exactly two faces are equal in area. Yes, no. If it's an equilateral triangle, if all the three sides are equal, definitely the areas are also equal. Right? Okay. Roman number 2, all three faces are equal in area. All three faces means this rectangle, this below rectangle, the slanted rectangle, and this side rectangle, all the three sides, okay, all the three sides, areas are equal. That is also true. Next one, all three faces are unequal in area. All the three faces are not equal, that is incorrect. All the three faces of a rectangle is definitely equal when it comes to an equilateral triangle because these sides are equal. These sides are equal. Since these sides are equal, the rectangle's areas are also equal. Okay, so the Roman number 3 is incorrect. The correct statements are Roman number 1 and Roman number 2. Okay, right. So this is the end of the short questions discussion of areas, surface areas, and volume. Okay. So this session is recorded, and in due course, I will upload it to the YouTube channel. Anyone, if you want to give the recording again, you can just drop me a message and ask me for the link. Okay. I will definitely send it to you. Right. So the next class, I will be discussing the essay type questions of areas and solids as well as the triangles essence in the previous part. Okay. So what you have to do is just look at the theories of logarithms and area of solids and volume of solids. These lessons have been done before. So try to refer those theory parts and do those questions and come to the class on next Wednesday, right? Triangle related geometry questions also I will be discussing when doing the essay type questions. Don't be scared. Definitely, I will do those things also. There are circle related geometry also that I have to discuss. We'll definitely do them. Right. By the way, if you are happy with the class, happy with today's session, If you want to enroll with the class, you can drop me a message or else to the admin team, which dropped you a message regarding the classes and timetables. Just drop a message and ask for the extra details that is required to join with the classes and continue with the classes. By the way, for the students who will be enrolling, I will be sending this book that for you guys via courier. Yeah. If you're happy with the class, just tell your friends about this class and tell them to join too, right? Yeah. So once again, I'm telling you, do the logarithm related lessons. You have to refresh these knowledge when coming to the next class. Logarithms, volumes, and area of solids. We are doing essay types of fractions, essay type fractions. So these types of lessons, if you understand and come, it will be easy for me when discussing the essay types fractions. Okay, right. Okay, then let's wind up for today. Uh, okay, then God bless you. Good night. Bye.